4A girls basketball semi-state semifinals as the Lake Central Indians take on the Homestead Spartans. Michael Brender here on site at LaPorte High School along with the coach, Doug Nelson. Doug, they're doing the introductions for both Homestead and Lake Central right now. We're bringing you right to the action. First onto the floor for Lake Central is Nadia Clayton. And now for Lake Central, number 33, Anaya Bishop. Nadia Clayton, a 5'8 senior. Anaya Bishop, a 5'10 senior. Here comes Ayla Krieger, a 6-foot junior, number 35. And now the junior, number 23, a 5'6 junior, Vanessa Wimberly. And the final one onto the floor will be the 5'7 senior, Riley Malosnik. Your starters for Homestead, Maya Epps, Liv Fry, Carly Mollering, Gabby Helsum, and Whitney Inkenbrook. For the Homestead Spartans, we welcome you to this audio-only broadcast. We officially welcome the coach, Doug Nelson. Doug, how are you?
Great. Always a fun day here, and 4 good basketball teams, and it's going to be a good day with a lot of skill on the court.
Can't wait to get this one tipped up. A semifinal matchup for a chance to go to a championship later on this evening, and then a chance to go down to Indianapolis next week to compete for a state championship. And we are just about set for the opening tip. And it is underway, and it is controlled by the Lake Central Indians. So Vanessa Wimberly crosses the timeline. They will go left to right on the floor. Anaya Bishop off to the left wing, gives up to Nadia Clayton now at the top of the key. Dribbles left hand, goes to her left. Now Vanessa Wimberly off to the right block, passes out into the right block. Riley Malosnik starts the game with an opening three.
Nice little set there to start to get things going, get a good shot. They ran it for Wimberly to get to the basket, but the help side stayed on Malosnik. She shot right over. That's a good start for them.
So Homestead comes right to left on the floor. Mollering with the basketball, top of the key, dribbling with the right hand, crosses between the legs, now gives it up to Fry, again at the top of the key, off to her right with Helsum. Now off to the right wing with Epps. One of the leading scorers on this team. Top of the key, 3 for number 24, Inkenbrook, to answer the opening three.
I think that you're looking at two teams that have a lot of balance, and that they're very similar in that way. There's a bunch of people that can get double figures, and then which makes, that's why they're here, right? They got a bunch of dudes.
Vanessa Wimberly, top of the key, driving inside the paint, now kicks it out. Nadia Clayton online, but not just a little bit short on the three-point attempt. Down the floor for Homestead, driving right up to the rim, and we've got an early whistle for a foul. This will be against Maya Epps, her first, the team's first of the quarter. It will be in the direction of a charge. So an offensive foul right off the bat here for Homestead. Our officials for today here in game number 1, Chris Shields, Ryan Labus, and Mark Sewell. Ayla Krieger with her first touch of the game. Now to Anaya Bishop at the top of the key. Dribbles with the right hand, drives to her right on the right block, passes on the baseline. Ayla Krieger with the right hand, puts it up too strong. Rebound comes down to Inkenbrook.
Very athletic catch for her. She's got to finish that.
Fry gives it up to Mollering at the top of the key near the Slicer logo here on the left side of the floor in front of Lake Central bench. Inkenbrook hands it off here, driving, Mollering at the right block, puts it up with the right hand, gets her own rebound on the missed attempt, trying to fight for the possession, and we're going to say it's going to stay here with Homestead on the left side on the baseline. So we'll inbound right about the line where the three-point line meets the baseline. So right in front of the Lake Central bench. It'll be Epps to inbound. Gives it up to Inkenbrook. Now back to Epps in the left wing here. Drives with the left hand. But it kicks back out. Another three-point attempt on the way. This time no good. Rebound, though, still to Homestead. They put it up and in is Helsum.
Got to try to limit their opportunities. That was, I think right now, as of now, Homestead's winning that offensive glass contest.
So 5-3 your score. Ball out of bounds. It'll be Homestead ball off the hands of Vanessa Wimberly. We thank you for tuning in to this audio-only broadcast here on the Region Sports Network. So Homestead back in transition here. Inkenbrook with it, gives it up to Helsum at the top of the key. Now off to Fry here in the left wing. Top of key 3 again, attempted short this time. Ayla Krieger comes down with the rebound inside the paint. Tries to get a little separation. Now the give is to Vanessa Wimberly on the right side of the court, near side. Dribbles with that right hand, kicks it off to Nadia Clayton on the right side. Now to Ayla Krieger, right block, puts it up with the right hand, but she is fouled on the attempt. Bucket does not go down.
Yeah, when you have two teams that are so evenly matched and similar in a lot of different ways, you have to find the little, we've talked about all the time, Mike, the details, right? Who's going to make the free throws, who's going to handle the offensive rebounds, who's going to take care of the ball. No, we've had very few turnovers here so far, but it's going to come down to those little things.
We talked, last week in the regional matchup, turnovers seem to be the recipe for success in that first half for Lake Central, and then they kind of started to turn the ball over in that second half. So how do they limit that in this game against a very good Homestead team? Second free throw, no good. Ayla Krieger makes the first, but misses the second. Now she pulls up for 3 on the rebound attempt. Riley Malosnik comes up with the rebound, and now another foul. And this is going to be against Inkenbrook again. That's going to be her second, team's third of the quarter already.
Yeah, again, if you get long shots, you get long rebounds, you got to go find a person to block out and get a body on them. But it's pretty even right now. But like we said, when you get the offensive boards, Mike, you got to take advantage of it.
Exactly. And get those points. And it's a 1-point game right now. Pass to Riley Malosnik. Pulls up for 3. Doesn't come up with the shot. And there were bodies all over the floor. Bishop tried to get the rebound but couldn't because she didn't want to trip over anybody. Epps with the ball. Gives it up now into the corner. In the right wing, another 3 attempt. No good from Mollering. And now Vanessa Wimberly comes down in transition. Right side of the floor. Crosses over to the left hand. Now the right. Dribbling up to the top of the key. Kicks it off to Nadia Clayton in the left wing. Now up to Anaya Bishop, top of key. Wimberly off to the side. On the right block, Ayla Krieger. They're trying to find an open spot here. It's not a zone defense. It's a little man-to-man here, Coach.
It's nice man-to-man. It's aggressive. Like I said, it's like they're playing a mirror. They're playing a mirror of each other. They both run the same stuff and a lot of action away from the ball.
Anaya Bishop on the right side. Goes up. Doesn't get the bucket, but she is fouled. So that's going to be the fourth team foul already for Homestead. So for the next 4 minutes, 8 seconds, the next foul will put Lake Central in the bonus, unless it's an offensive foul by Homestead.
Yeah, and we talked about it last week. Lake Central shot more threes than anybody in the regional last week, but they're doing a good job of getting in the paint and attacking inside and out.
Anaya Bishop cannot connect on the first free throw attempt. Our game night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Today's forecast, a very comfortable 18 degrees outside, but clear skies. Really nice drive in this morning.
Sun was out.
Yeah, going by Pine Lake was really nice.
Yeah.
Anaya Bishop makes the second free throw, so we are all knotted up at 5. And that was your game night forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Helsum trying to go up. Gets the ball knocked out of her hands. It'll stay here with Homestead on the near side.
She's got a little limp here.
So a little bit of pain as she came down. No whistle for a foul or anything. Lexi Iwema has come into the game, as does Kennedy Burks.
Helsum looks like she's in a lot of pain, number 22.
And she's up against now Nadia Clayton. Up at the top of the key right now is Fry, giving up to Epps, who drives with the right hand off to the right side. Thinking about these 3 attempts, there's been a lot of them already.
Nice dig down.
Another foul attempt here. Foul on the ground. It'll be against Iwema. The first foul for Lake Central. This Lake Central team defensively, Doug, we saw it last week. We saw it in sectionals. They're aggressive.
They are, and they play physical, and that's Duneland Conference basketball. But Homestead plays pretty physical too, and they around the Fort Wayne area. But they're tough, but that's again you're okay with that foul. It wasn't a dumb foul. It wasn't a silly foul. It was just an aggressive foul.
Helsum was stationed right on the right block, got the inbound, and was left wide open to get the bucket for Homestead. Riley Malosnik for 3, but she gets called for a walk. Her shot didn't go down anyway, and Riley Malosnik trying to check with the official, saying, hey, I took 1 step. The official saw it as more than that, though.
That's one of those, a lot of people do it to kind of get some rhythm.
Yeah.
But you got to do that while the ball's in the air. You can't do it, catch it, and then take that hop.
So Epps brings it across the floor, off to the right side, weaves it over to Fry. Gives it now Mollering at the top of the key. Dribbles right hand, now tries to dribble between her legs, trying for a penetration into the lane. This one poked away by Malosnik. Ball on Lake Central's side, though, but it's picked up by Mollering. So another Homestead possession here. Riley Malosnik almost getting the steal. She came alive in that second half of the game, which was so pivotal for Lake Central, as Maya Epps puts one up in the paint.
Nice move, nice cut. Nice little baby hook there with her right hand.
So it looked like for a minute there that Homestead kind of, living and dying by the threes. Now kind of getting some moves inside the paint for buckets. See if that comes to play a little bit of a factor here. We'll have another foul here against Homestead, this time against Emma Royst. So that'll be her foul, but that is the team's 5th foul of the quarter. So that's an automatic 2 free throws for Lake Central.
Yeah, she kind of just put her shoulder down and plowed through the screen there. Lake Central runs a lot of baseline screens for their shooters, and she kind of just put her head down and ran right through it. But, the Homestead coaching staff's asking for moving screens,
Yeah, Nadia Clayton knocks down the first one. And, Doug, I got to say this. I know it kind of sounds pointless at this point to say this, but officials in different areas of the state kind of call things a little bit differently. They let certain things go.
No question.
Nadia Clayton misses the second free throw. So when you get to this stage in the contest, this is one thing that you kind of have to navigate through as a team, is you have different officials from different areas of the state. Top of key 3 attempt and good for Carly Mollering.
It's part of the feeling out. You're not only feeling out the other team, but you're also feeling out the officials. How are they going to let it? What are they going to let go? What are they not? As long as they're consistent, that's all you ask.
Riley Malosnik with the answer on the 3-point basket from the right wing. Makes it a 3-point game. 1:48 to go in the opening quarter. A chance to go to the championship game tonight. Epps driving her way through, tries to put it up. Rebound comes down to Homestead. Now kicks it out. Back to Epps. She goes on the chance for a 3-point play, rebounded by Royce. Now the ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by Riley Malosnik. That's something they work on all year, Coach, is that dribbling control, even if you're falling down. Still the ability to keep the ball on the ground.
That was impressive there.
That's just strength from Riley Malosnik right there. Hard to describe. Nadia Clayton in the far corner, looking for someone to pass it to, and she gets it to Iwema. Now Burks at the top of the key. Waits for defense to file through.
You got some tired kids out there. We got some people lined up to sub in.
Yeah, we're about to have almost like a line change for Lake Central. Bishop loses it on a drive. Clayton tries to poke it away. Driving up is Fry. Loses it. Picked up by Mollering. Ball goes up, and we'll see a foul called here. This will likely be against Nadia Clayton. And it will be. So that'll be her first, the team's second of the quarter. Now, if you're Lake Central, Coach, obviously you know that you're in the bonus shooting free throws no matter what, as the first free throw attempt for Royce is going up. I personally, I'm trying to go to the basket and try to get more foul calls, right?
Well, yeah, but you're going to take what the offense or what the defense is giving you. If Malosnik's got a wide open 3, then that's a pretty good option right now. But so just keep running your stuff and just maybe if someone's in foul trouble, then you pinpoint that person out. But just keep doing what you do.
2 for 2 for Royce. Helsum checks back into the game, by the way. Wimberly off to Burks in the right corner for a 3 attempt. Ball loose. And Iwema's able to come up with it, but a tie-up is called. The possession arrow will favor the Indians with 41 seconds left to go in the opening quarter.
Iwema's a sophomore. She's one of those. She does the dirty work, right? She just gets these kind of loose balls and extra rebounds and that kind of depth. Well, they switched the arrow here.
Oh, they had the arrow pointed the wrong direction, so it will be Homestead basketball.
But again, she just always around the ball. She's a great role player.
And then a sophomore playing at a high level, also a member of the softball team for Lake Central as well. Mollering. And we're going to have another foul here against Lake Central. And you're talking about Iwema. I'm looking over across the way. I can see her dad on this whistle here going, what was that?
Yeah.
On that whistle.
A lot of people just reaching in. I don't know who they called it on.
They called it on Kennedy Burks. That'll be the team's third of the quarter with 29.9. So last week we kind of talked about with Lake Central and a tough South Bend Washington team. Feeding into Helsum here in the paint. She gets smothered, goes up, and she will go to the line to shoot 2. Another foul against Lake Central. We'll see who it's against here. And that'll be against Kennedy Burks. So her second, again, team's fourth. Kind of that, if for Lake Central, you kind of need that punch in the mouth to start things up here. And I wouldn't say they've gotten that, but there's been blows back and forth.
Yeah, again, and they're getting good looks, but again, when you're playing a team at the level of Homestead, there's no very small room for error. You got to do everything right, or they're going to take advantage of it.
Well, Lake Central had this exact score, 9 points at the end of the first quarter last week, but it was 9-0 at the end of one. Right now, it's 16-9 in favor of the Spartans.
Yeah, if you're Lake Central, you just want to keep fighting, keep getting good possessions.
4 for 4 from the line for the Spartans here in this first quarter. Burks playing with 2 fouls, gives it up. Krieger thought about pulling up for that 3. Now gives up to Burks in the far near corner on the right side. Bryn Leonard is checked into the game for Lake Central as well. Ayla Krieger kicks it across to Vanessa Wimberly. 4 seconds left. She tries to drive, puts it up. It falls in, and she is fouled.
Wow.
Oh, he's saying the ball didn't. He's saying the shot does not count.
He counted it.
Oh, he is counting the basket. So the basket counts for Vanessa Wimberly. And as there is 2 seconds left on the clock, the foul is on Mollering.
What did he call? I mean, that was like he just gave every official signal.
I thought I saw holding.
And he waved it off. Didn't he wave something off?
I did see something waved off, yes. And Wimberly, so what he called, Coach, he says the basket is good, but the foul was on the floor, so how do they shoot 2? But Vanessa knocks the first one down, so because it was over 5 fouls, now she gets to shoot another one.
No. They didn't count the basket.
Oh, they didn't?
Look at the scoreboard.
So now, so they didn't count the first bucket. Okay, so they got this one. So they must have called a lane violation? Okay, well, anyway, it's 16-11 on the board. That's what we've got as well. We'll have a fresh 8 minutes in the rest of the first half here from LaPorte. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
I joined Notre Dame Federal Credit Union a long time ago.
1978.
I've been a member over 15 years.
I've worked with Notre Dame my whole banking life.
44 years.
I have my checking account there. I have my savings account there.
Really value the sense of community that I get from
It's a
Notre Dame.
community-based banking system.
My credit card with Notre Dame. I have my car insurance with Notre Dame. I have my auto loans with Notre Dame.
My whole life is at Notre Dame
I
Credit
will
Union.
remain with them until the day I die.
Smoothie King in St. John can help you rule the day every day with a variety of smoothies that support your lifestyles and taste buds. Your day is in for a treat with the PB Swizzle, sweet berries and fresh bananas over an Aussie base, topped with savory peanut butter drizzle and purely Elizabeth granola. Visit Smoothie King at 8235 Wicker Avenue in St. John, directly across from Lake Central High School. You'll find the menu online at smoothieking.com/menu. Smoothie King in St. John, proud to support the Lake Central Indians.
Welcome back as Notre Dame Federal Credit Union presents coverage of today's Class 4A Girls Semi-State Basketball Semifinal right here on the Region Sports Network. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Visit NotreDameFCU.com to find out how you can become a member. All right, fresh 8 minutes here at LaPorte. We start the second quarter between Lake Central and Homestead. 5-point game. So they did not count the bucket from Vanessa Wimberly, but she got 2 free throws because the foul was on the floor.
Right.
We were able to get that as Vanessa Wimberly feeds it into Anaya Bishop, puts it up off the glass from the left side, can't get it to fall. So Homestead with their first possession of the second quarter, coming right to left on the floor. Epps gives it up to Royst. Royst tries to feed the cutter in Helsum, but Anaya Bishop knocks it out of bounds, says, no, you don't.
The one thing I like about both these teams, a lot of action away from the ball. The defense, you got to play defense before your person gets the ball with both of these teams because there's a lot of cutting and you can't allow face cuts.
Mollering for 3 and hits it. That's going to be big. Lake Central's got to try to defend that perimeter because if Homestead's going to knock down the threes like this, it could be a long morning for the Indians. Clayton off to Malaznik, drives on the baseline on the right side, puts it up, Can't get it to fall. Ball hits the baseline. It'll be Homestead ball. So Lake Central really trying to drive to the paint and trying to get those fouls called, it looks like, early on here in this second quarter. But I feel like right now you can't come away with empty possessions.
Yeah, you just got to keep competing, and it's early. Again, we have two good teams, but, Homestead's off to a pretty hot start from the three-point line right now. A lot of diagonal cuts. I really like that.
So trying to feed a cutter again. Epps pulls up from three. She hits the front iron. Rebound, though, coming down to Mollering. Now out to Helsum for three. It ricochets around, doesn't come down. Vanessa Wimberly comes down with it, though. 6:40 left to go here in the first half. She drives to the right, kicks it off to Nadia Clayton. And from the right elbow, gives it back to Vanessa Wimberly, who pulls it back at the top of the key. Waiting for something to get called out here as Coach Joe Huppenthal yells out the play. Ayla Krieger now to Wimberly in the right wing. Drives with the right hand, kicks it off. Ayla Krieger driving with the left hand now. Stops and pops from the right elbow. Anaya Bishop tried to get that rebound, but it falls to the hands of Homestead.
And there are no easy baskets against this Homestead defense right now.
A lot of contact and a steal by Riley Malosnik as Helsum and Nadia Clayton met. And Anaya Bishop goes up, and it falls in on the right side.
Nice aggressive move. She's athletic, man, isn't he? She makes things look easy.
She joined the 1,000-point club earlier this season for Lake Central. I believe it was only 7 members of that 1,000-point club in Lake Central history. Trying to feed the cutter. Riley Malosnik with a steal again.
Good help side defense. She's reading the defender's eyes.
Kicking up Nadia Clayton. Thought about the three. Now gives it up to Riley Malosnik. She pulls up from three. Comes up just a bit short, and she can't believe that she missed that badly on that play from the top of the key, as it looked like Coach Huppenthal was trying to call something.
This girl's hurt.
We got a hurt Spartan on the far side of the floor. That looks like Carly Mollering, who's going to come off. They'll have to get a substitution in here. At first, it looked like Helsum was the one that was going to be potentially out of action, but she's been back in.
We talk about how both these teams are playing hard and aggressive.
6-point game, 5:16 left to go in the opening half. Helsum with the basketball off to the left. Now gives it up to Royst. Now up to Fry. Stolen away again. Lake Central getting those arms in those passing lanes. And Wimberly calling something up here at the top of the key. Yeah, like you said, Coach, a very strong man-to-man defense here for Homestead. Bishop kicks it out. Malosnik on the left wing in front of the Spartan bench. Now she dribbles back out top of the key, tries to dribble inside, stops at the free throw line, kicks it back out to Vanessa Wimberly, stops at the right elbow. She comes out beyond the three-point line now on the near side.
They just keep the ball in front of you. Where Lake Central's had chances in the past to be able to get around people. They're just really, they have great feet, and they're containing the basketball.
It's kind of looking.
She just traveled.
It's still a man-to-man here, but it looks very close to a zone defense almost, because you got so many players down on the baseline. Clayton pulls up from three from the right corner, just ricochets out, and Homestead comes up with the rebound. They come down in transition. Epps tries to drive. Nadia Clayton called for the reach-in.
I think is that her second?
That is her second foul, first of the quarter for either team.
Again, I know we mentioned in the first quarter, I think that there's some tired kids out there. These are long stretches without dead balls, and it feels like that the momentum could go to Lake Central, but they got to take advantage of it. The scoring slowed down for both teams.
Well, it's like Lake Central was getting those turnovers and getting into those passing lanes, but not a whole lot of points to show for it. Epps gives off here for a three-point attempt, and good. It's raining threes for Inkenbrook. Her first points since early in that first quarter.
She comes in averaging 11 a game.
She's got 6 right now.
Yeah.
It's trying to stop these threes for Lake Central. Vanessa Wimberly tries to answer and does.
I was thinking about her last week, Mike, and she's kind of like a silent assassin. With all their athletes, she's kind of quiet. She needs to step up here and take over a little bit.
And it's going to be a traveling call as Helsum, I beg your pardon, Inkenbrook tried to pass at the top of the key. Vanessa Wimberly also lost the tire on her way down, trying to defend. She went down, and she'll be here to bring it up the floor. So this is where, we talk about the turnovers. That's an unforced turnover for Homestead. So Lake Central really needs to get an answer here. Gives it up to Riley Malosnik in the right corner. Now to Vanessa Wimberly at the top of the key, dribbling with that right hand. Trying to find something in a hole here.
They just need to run their offense. That's what they're doing. Just got
Kayla Krieger from top of the key. Tries to pull up the three. Hits every part of the rim in the backboard and falls down. So it's a 3-point game, 2:49 to go. Another turnover, Lake Central basketball right in front of the LC bench.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It feels like things are going their way, but sometimes we make things harder than they are, and Mike, it just comes down to the ball going in the hole,
Well, and right now we've got some of the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Bricklayers Local 4, Lake Central trying to feed the cutter, Anaya Bishop. She kicks it out. Burks up, can't get it. Bishop with the rebound in the near side. Vanessa Wimberly thinking about trying to tie it there. The shot fake, but she pulls it out, waits for something here from Coach.
They'll run a set here. Maybe there's a stagger for Krieger, and they run a little fade then from Malosnik to this right side, yeah.
She tries the shot fake on that right wing. Well, she'll pull this one out. Coach Uppenthal in his 8th year here at Lake Central. Tries to beat this one out. Krieger from the left side for the three. Long. Ball is loose. Picked up by Epps. And Lake Central trying to get their hands in there. Epps driving left side. Smothering defense from Lake Central. Gives into the wing here, trying to feed the cutter. Epps here on the right block. Now goes to the left. Up. She gets the bucket, and there's a foul against Lake Central.
Again, it's another one of those weak or the weak side cut, the diagonal cut. You got to not allow her to cut in front of you. You got to feel her coming and body her up and try to stay between her and the ball. But those slashing cuts from the weak side they're hard to guard. But that's what's beating Lake Central right now.
So the foul going to be against Anaya Bishop. Now, it's interesting because Homestead had those with 4 minutes, they had 4 fouls. With 4 minutes left in the game, they had 4 fouls. Or in the first quarter, I should say. Epps can't connect on the free throw attempt.
Coaches get caught up in that, and I think, I've been guilty of that as well. But things even out in the end.
So Lake Central with 2 fouls. Homestead with none here in the quarter. Vanessa Wimberly with the three from the right wing.
Yeah, I would like to see her be more aggressive offensively. I think sometimes she gets caught up dispersing the ball.
Epps trying to do something of her own, puts it up, and it'll be a shot attempt. It doesn't go, but there's a foul against Lake Central, and this is, we're kind of seeing it's the exact opposite in terms of fouls from first quarter to second quarter.
Yeah, again, if you do it long enough and play enough basketball, there's, things even out. But Epps is really taking over on this end. She's hard to stay in front of you, Coach Up's just begging his kids to keep their hands up. A lot of their fouls are with their hands right now.
Because they're getting beat on the runs from Homestead here, trying to penetrate to the basket. The free throw goes down for Epps.
Just a lot of smacking, that's discipline. Just stay straight up.
Epps knocks both of them down here from the free throw line. She is a 76% free throw shooter. She shoots 47% from the field, so not too shabby. As a team, Homestead shoots 28% during the season from the three-point line. They are certainly over that mark here today.
Yeah.
Turnover for Lake Central with 69 seconds to go. It's a 4-point game. Homestead with the basketball. Penetrating through, trying to get through the defense of Lake Central. Three-point attempt is up and good for Gabby Helsum. Yeah, they are shooting over that 28% mark here today. Makes it a 7-point game here, under a minute to play. Vanessa Wimberly for three, coming off the mark again. And you got Anaya Bishop and Riley Malosnik both going for the rebound. And a foul was called, and that's going to be against McLaughlin of Homestead. So first foul of the quarter for Homestead, but there's 44.8 seconds. Iwema gives to Wimberly. Wimberly at the top of the key, trying to drive to the right side. Can't do it. Bryn Leonard now off to the side. Wimberly trying to kick back out here. Wait for something to get set up. Tries to get around a screen. Has to stop. Gives back over to Leonard on the left side in front of the Spartan bench. Riley Malosnik at the top of the key now. Trying to deke and dunk a little bit here. Leonard puts up a floater, and it's good.
Nice job. I think sometimes she came around that corner with the idea of trying to get to the rim, and that a lot of the girls were going side to side. That's a great effort.
Another three-point attempt here with just a few seconds to go. Rebound comes to Leonard. And we'll have a traveling call against Lake Central. The three-point attempt was up by Mollering. It was no good, so 2.7 seconds left to go. Maya Epps will check into the game. So it's a 5-point game, 2.7 seconds to go in the half. Coach Uppenthal trying to call out the defense along with his assistant, Ricky Gard.
You're going to cut here. Somebody's going to, that's like an X cut.
Yeah, you got four wide at the free throw line, one trying to inbound here. Who's going to get the possession at the top of the key? It's going to be Fry. It's no good. Trying to throw this one up. That shot would be no good if it went anyway. And one of our student cameramen over on the far bench almost took one to the head.
Almost took one in the melon there.
So we're going to send it down here to Nate Ramian with an interview with Coach Uppenthal. Let me know when.
10 seconds, I'll let you go. Coach, down 5 at the half. What's going to be our game plan at second half?
We just got to get out on their shooters more, and we've had some blown defensive assignments on some switches, so we got to get that cleaned up. I think offensively we've been relatively good, but we got to get it cleaned up on the defensive end. We just had too many blown assignments.
Handful of layups missed, a couple of threes that went in and out. You're right there, just 5 points at the half. Let's see how we do the second half here.
We're there. We just got to get on their shooters and contest. And like I said, we had about 3 or 4 blown defensive assignments, and that's why we're in the spot we're in.
All right, good luck, Coach.
All right, thank you, Nate. Appreciate that. All right, we're going to send it to halftime. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Shopping for a vehicle? Tech Credit Union is offering special loan rates on 2018 to 2024 cars, trucks, and Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Now's a great time to buy new, used, or refinance a higher rate loan for another lender. Let Tech Credit Union show why they are the better option for a vehicle loan. To learn more, visit techcu.org or call them at 800-276-TECH. That's 800-276-TECH. Tech Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender. Offer may end without notice.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack & Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strack & Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strackandvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
You're watching and listening to Region Sports Network coverage of the 2024 Girls Class 4A Semi-State Semifinal presented by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, enriching lives and building communities. Visit NotreDameFCU.com for more information. All right, Coach Nelson, let's take a look at the meat of the matter. Right now, Homestead has the lead 29-24. What has been the reason Homestead has the lead right now?
Well, we've talked about it. I think they're shooting the ball really well. You got your stats there. Thanks to Rico for helping us out with the stats. But they're shooting better from the three-point line than they are from the rest of the field right now. I think if you're Lake Central, you just got to keep fighting and do what you do, and hopefully, eventually Homestead's going to have to, at some point, statistically cool off.
You would think, because they're shooting 45% from beyond the arc right now, and they normally, on the season, shoot 28%. So way above that average. For Lake Central, though, they're shooting 38%, which is pretty much on par for what a team normally would do, but shooting 29% from the field is where they maybe need to pick things up. Yeah, again, that's I think that both of them, it's you can attribute that to Homestead's defense, man. Their half-court man defense is tough because they have the size, they can switch screens, and they're all communicating and fighting and getting through stuff, and nothing is easy right now, like we said, especially inside for LC. So they have to figure out a way to get the ball in the paint and attack like they did early on. Maybe set some stuff for Bishop to get block to block or something like that. But again, if you're LC, you just got to keep fighting, and hopefully Homestead will cool off a little bit. And overall, as we look at kind of the tail of the tape, those intangible things like rebounds, turnovers, points off the bench, all pretty much even. 11 rebounds for Homestead versus 9 for Lake Central, so relatively even on that front. 5 turnovers for Lake Central versus Homestead's 4. Again, pretty even on that front. And then both teams with 2 points off their bench. So it's the starters for Lake Central that need to kind of get things going a little bit. Yeah, so again, not to oversimplify, but the ball's got to go in the hole. Yes. And LC's got to shoot it better. It's that simple. All right, that has been the meat of the matter, courtesy of the Region Sports Network. We're going to step aside for just a moment. You're listening to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
How far would you go to live another game night in the region? Well, lucky for you, you don't have to go far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Region Sports so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on all of our social media platforms. # Remember the Region.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Welcome back as Notre Dame Federal Credit Union presents coverage of today's Class 4A Girls Semi-State Basketball Semifinal matchup right here on the Region Sports Network. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Visit NotreDameFCU.com to find out how you can become a member today. We have some awards we're going to hand out at the conclusion of this one. We'll have the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowell Companies are proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court, along with the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And then we've got the Proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by the Region Sports Network. All right, we're just a few seconds away from the start of the second half here at LaPorte High School between Lake Central and Homestead. You said it early on in the game, Doug. You got two teams that are pretty evenly matched when it comes to ability and strength and effort and pretty much all around. And 5-point game that pretty much on display here.
Yeah, again, it's just going to come down to who gets hot at the right time here and who can get some stops and who can take care of the basketball and do little things. And but if you're Lake Central, you'd like to have a good little 3-minute run here.
We always say in our middle school season, the first 3 minutes of the third quarter are really going to tell how this game could play out.
Right.
You want to see the intensity. If you're both coaches, Coach Rod Parker for Homestead, Coach Joe Huppenthal for Lake Central. Rod Parker in his 23rd year at Homestead. That's some time.
Yeah, he's done a great job. And just like we mentioned at halftime, I can't believe how young their roster is. They only have one senior in their.
Yeah, we were
man
feeding down to the cutter. Epps didn't even realize she was that wide open underneath on the baseline on the right side. Gets the first points of the second half.
Yeah, she's a matchup problem. She can go in and out. And so who do you guard her with? She's got good length and she's a problem.
Yeah, so Wimberley gives it off to Nadia Clayton, who gives it up now. Anaya Bishop at the baseline, gets her own rebound, puts it up the second time and in. Just kind of what you were looking for, Coach, getting her a little bit more involved on the baseline.
Yeah, get the ball inside. That's how they started it out and got Homestead in some foul trouble early on.
Epps cuts again. Basket falls out, though. The tip back out. It goes AWOL, and now it's picked up by Homestead. Fry was able to come alive with it as most of the defenders for Homestead were already starting to filter back on defense. Epps had it swiped out of her hand. Ball loose. Krieger comes up with it, gives to Wimberley. She's all alone, but comes and drives, puts it up. Too strong on the right side of the basket.
Those are the ones you got to take advantage of.
Mollering at the top of the key. Gives off to Epps now. We'll have a foul here, and this will be against Clayton on the reach, and that'll be her third and first of the second half.
We talked about that in the first half. All three of her fouls have been just swatting.
Yeah, a little late on the defense, moving those feet.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, you got to get underneath the ball. You got to get under the ball and work and not clamming down on it.
Yeah, those kind of things are just obvious to officials, and even if you don't make contact with anything, it still doesn't look good to the eye of the official. Mollering at the top of the key, gives off. Fry here, now into Epps on the right block, trying to put it up. Too short, no whistle. She thought she got some contact. Coach Parker had some words to say as well. Now gives it off to Clayton. Now back to Vanessa Wimberley, who comes near the Slicer logo, near the timeline.
That was great. Great post defense by Bishop. She used her body to kind of work her out.
A little bit of a weave here, trying to get some open looks. Clayton for three. Hits the back iron, trying to tip this one out. It falls into the hands of Epps. Mollering thought about trying to go all the way, but then thought wisely of it, not meet the defense. Helsum goes up and in on the left side.
And you see how a lot of them, you see what I'm saying? A lot of their baskets are cuts and that diagonal cut and attacking the rim. That is so hard to guard from help side defense. And they cut with a purpose. They don't just jog through their cuts.
There's quick movements for sure. Bishop tries to find it in the paint. Clayton finds it at the free throw line. Now brings it out beyond the three-point arc here on the near wing. Again, Lake Central now coming right to left on the floor. Here goes Wimberly trying to take over. Goes up, count the basket, and the foul.
Again, I think she's capable of doing that as much as she wants. And I know I've said it a couple times, but I would like to see her more aggressive and spread them out and attack. Then that'll get the defense softening up in the middle. And then maybe get, Krieger an open three. I see that coming here shortly.
Riley Malosnik also a good three-point shooter.
Yep.
Along with Kennedy Burks. So Clayton will step out. Burks will step in for the Indians. Vanessa Wimberly trying for the old-fashioned three-point play. And she connects.
So I think for LC, a lot of it comes down to that help side defense. Right there, that cut. It just happened right in front of her.
Mollering now kicks it out to Inkenbrook. Fry. Royce now feeding down on the right block, trying to feed across the baseline here. Mollering now to Royce. Up to Helsum, top of key. Feeding into the cutter, and the Lake Central's trying to get this as Mollering goes for a three-point attempt. Helsum with the box out. It's blocked by Anaya Bishop on the shot attempt. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Homestead basketball. Yeah. Lake Central starting to get a little bit of a feel for those cuts a little bit here and there. Riley Malosnik had it in the first half. Lake Central and Ayla Krieger getting one there, at least making the pass uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Trying to get through the screen. Helsum for three. No good. Here comes Wimberly. Feel like for Lake Central, you need a good positive possession here. Even if you don't get points, you need to get something. That's not the attempt you want. As Wimberly tried for a long-range three in the left block. Now she's going to wait as the ball came down right into the hands of Kennedy Burks. Now Wimberly loses it on her feet, but she gets bailed out with a foul call. I believe this will be against Fry. We'll wait for the official to give that one. Yep, it is going to be against number 12. That'll be her first. And the team's second of the quarter.
See, Epps coming back in the game, sorry, but I think Wimberly, she's got to continue to try to get to the rim like that. Oh, jeez.
Anaya Bishop caught a lot of hands in the forearm, or in the face. Yeah, so she was trying to weave through a lot of defense and definitely got a lot of hands near the
she got
the neck and face area.
Hulk Hogan clothesline.
Mollering now called for a foul, and just like that, 3 quick fouls here against Homestead, and that's for Lake Central. You want to try to get Homestead in that foul trouble.
Yeah, you got to attack it. Keep attacking the rim.
Burks looking for someone to pass it into, finds Vanessa Wimberly on the far side, now drives to the top of the key, again near the Slicer or on the Slicer logo. Burks now thought about driving, kicks it off. Vanessa Wimberly in the left wing. Burks now in the left wing here near side. Malosnik thought about the three, shot fakes, dribbles between the legs, looking for something open here. If you can get someone to backdoor cut here, it's wide open. The whole baseline is wide open for Lake Central. Trying to get through a moving screen. This one tapped out of bounds from Epps.
She was late with the pass. Pick and roll was open. Like you said, the help side was a little late getting there, and by the time she figured out it was open, it was too late.
3:48 left to go here in the third. Wimberly will inbound. Long range out to Malosnik near the top of the key. Wimberly gets it back. She'll come back out near the timeline. 4-point game. Lake Central trailing.
There it is.
Oh, there's the cut to Anaya Bishop, who goes up and in.
That's the difference with when it's on the top like that. There's really nowhere to help from. There's a lot of confusion. So when you attack from the top, that's why that's open.
Back to a 2-point game. Enkenbrook gives it up to Epps on the left side. Now to Royce on the right side, feeding up to Epps on the right block. She spins, fires. It doesn't go, but Enkenbrook is there for the rebound. She puts another one up. It doesn't go. Bishop on the left side, able to come down with the rebound. Kicks it over to Riley Malosnik. Comes down in the center of the floor, right to left.
You're going to run the same thing.
At the top of the key, gives it up to Wimberly, trying to find something open. Krieger here in the near corner. Burks in the far corner. Malosnik going to cut near the blocks. and someone's going to cut back door, I would imagine here. Vanessa Wimberly goes up, ties the ball game.
Yeah, when you attack from the top, there's nowhere to help from, so that they found something that's working.
Lake Central got to maintain this run. 3-point attempt is up and no good for Inkenbrook.
You can run it again.
Here goes Malosnik on the left side. She pulls up for three. It's long. Rebound comes down to Epps. Maybe a little too quick. Try to dry something up there next time for Lake Central.
You got one of the better shooters, Northwest Indiana. I'm okay with that shot, right? The roof would have come off this place.
Helsum knocks down a big three for Homestead. Yeah, for Malosnik's shot on that left side, fairly open. Yeah, I mean, you can take. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. When she gets that pick and roll, she's got to go like
Bishop on the right side, up and in.
Wimberly's got to attack, though. She can't just be okay dribbling once and then giving it up. She's got to go like she's going to go dunk it.
It's been the Wimberly and Bishop show. Another 3-point attempt is short for Mollering, and Burks was able to come down with the rebound. Here comes Wimberly. She drives, puts it up, gets fouled. The bucket does not go, but she'll go to the line, and that is the fourth foul against Homestead here in the quarter. So the next foul, pending it be offensive, puts Lake Central in the bonus.
Yeah, that's a good attack from the top, and we said they just spread it out, and then if they come in and help and they help on Wimberly, they got shooters on the outside. So they found something that's working, and let's see if Coach Barker does anything to adjust his defense.
The foul is on Royce, her second. Again, 14 fouls for Homestead here in this third quarter. 89 seconds to go in the third quarter. Wimberly's first free throw rattles around and falls home. From our vantage point here, Coach, Lake Central shooting our direction. Lake Central fans to our right, looking for something to get excited about and scream about. The ball game is tied at 36 now. Lake Central trying to take the lead. And does it with a free throw from Wimberly. Only Wimberly and Anaya Bishop have scored in this quarter, and the rest of Lake Central says that's fine as long as we get this win later in the game.
Yeah. One team foul here on Lake Central. See how aggressive they are in defense.
Epps spins, puts it up, short, rebound comes down to Bishop. Here comes Vanessa Wimberly near side.
See if you hold it for one. Can you hold it for a little bit? Because you get the ball coming out at the end of the quarter.
That looks what Lake Central is going to do here. Burks holds it in the near corner, gives it up to Malosnik, who's right on that timeline.
Yeah, you don't want to
watch those heels. Iwema. Here's Vanessa Wimberly for three.
Oh.
Hits the front iron. 52 seconds to go in the quarter. This is where Riley Malosnik's defense usually picks up. Open baseline.
That's a foul.
And that's going to be a foul on Iwema. But you know what? My dad always taught me if you're going to foul, make sure the ball doesn't go in. And that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah. Again, that's a couple 3-point attempts for Lake Central that if they go in, it's huge, right? It's one of those no, nice shot. Well, no, okay. But
I feel like that's why I kind of second-guessed that shot from Malosnik, but I agree with you. It was the first free throw attempt for Mollering is no good. That foul, by the way, was on Lexi Iwema. So Lake Central with a 1-point lead, 45.1 seconds remain in the third quarter, and then buckle up as we've now got a tie ball game here. Mollering connects on the second.
Big stretch here.
So Lake Central.
I think Homestead's in a little zone.
Yeah, 1-3-1 zone maybe, or
1-2-2 half-court trap.
Yep. And I will say, having seen some games here with Lake Central down the stretch, the different zone looks have been a little bit of a struggle for Lake Central, as it would for most teams.
Yeah, but they've got the ball. They can get the ball in the middle. They're just trying to hold it for the last shot here.
Yeah, 17 seconds to go. Malosnik with it. Just constant movement. The give to Burks. Now to Wimberly on the near side.
We got to go now.
Malosnik with 7 seconds. Somebody looking for a screen. Here goes Wimberly. 4 seconds. Burks trying to feed it down to...
Shoot it.
Got to put one up. It's no good, and it's going to be tied at the end of 3. Buckle up, folks. A chance to go to the semi-state championship on the line. 1 quarter to go. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
You're watching and listening to Region Sports Network coverage of the 2024 Girls Class 4A Semi-State Semifinal presented by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Visit NotreDameFCU.com to find out how you can become a member. Fans for both sides on their feet cheering. It's hard to tell who's who, Coach. Both teams' primary color is blue, and there is a lot of blue cheering right now here at LaPorte High School.
Yeah, 8 minutes to see who's going to go to the Final Four here tonight. No slouches left. This is a quality, lot of skill out there.
We've got the Final Four of the North trying to get to the Final Four in the state. Malosnik for three from the wing, no good. Rebound comes down to Fry. Fry coming down, gives it to Royst. Back to Fry on the right wing. Now up to Inkenbrook at the top of the key. Now Epps on the right side. Again, Lake Central trying hard on this defense to keep anything from getting to the rim.
They're really helping with that diagonal cut we talked about. You see how she cut right in front of her face and she's posting her up?
Right to the left elbow to the right block, basically.
Yeah, you can't let her get there.
She's trying to cut now.
That's a travel.
That's going to be a travel. You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
Nobody better in the business than Coach Doug Nelson.
It was a good guess. Never missed a call from up here, right?
No, never.
Never lost a game from up here.
Vanessa Wimberley brings it across the timeline now, gives it up to Riley Malosnik. 7 minutes to go. Man, I feel tense up here for either one of these teams. I can only imagine how the coaching staffs feel. This one knocked out of bounds on a pass attempt from Ayla Krieger. But more importantly, and you know this, the coaches obviously are feeling it. The players on the bench are feeling it. You're a parent. The parents are really feeling it. Oh, my gosh.
I don't know if I could sit still. I'd be walking around the track over here. They got these exercise bikes. I'd be hitting those.
I was told I should use that as a potential, like if one team goes on a run or something like that, I can just call the game on a bike.
There you go. Affect the breeze that we're getting in our wind tunnel that we're under.
Malosnik at the top of the key finds Wimberley, long range three, hits the back iron, rebound comes down to Epps.
Yeah.
You might be okay with that shot. It's just a little too far for maybe coach's liking, do you think?
Yeah, I think you got to find a way. Homestead switched to that zone. You got to find a way to go inside out. You still got to get the ball inside against that.
Epps stops from the free throw line and hits it.
She's tough. And she talked about like she's a matchup nightmare.
So Homestead takes the lead back here. Wimberley across the timeline. Malosnik on the left side. Now back to Wimberley on the slicer logo at center court. Krieger with it now, looking for someone to pass it to. Finds Riley Malosnik in the corner. Knocks it down!
Big three. Takes the lead there. 5:50 left. I'm going to write that down.
She came up big in that regional championship game in that fourth quarter, in that second half. Oh, the cut to the baseline. It's too strong, no good. Rebound to Wimberley.
Krieger got a piece of that shot, I think.
May have gotten a little piece. There was some hard contact. No call, though. The one-handed pass stolen away from Fry. Kicks it out. Epps pulls up for three. It's no good, but we got a foul.
Oh, wow. I thought they were going to call it the other way. She's walking the other way. She knows it.
So the foul will be against Homestead. That's their first of the quarter. And the foul will be against Inkenbrook. That's her third. By the way, we mentioned we have those awards to hand out. You said you're going to write that down. That's our Proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by the Region Sports Network that we'll hand out. Bishop with it now on the left side. Gives up to Wimberly.
I think they're back man-to-man.
And this has been kind of a struggle for Lake Central. They were finding some ways around it a little bit. Going on the weave here. Here goes Anaya Bishop up. Too strong. Gets her rebound. Fights back up.
Wow.
Gets it to go.
Nice shot. I think Huff took a timeout, but could have been an and one situation.
Hupp took the timeout. LC fans on their feet. It'll be a full timeout. We're going to step aside. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
The crowd is absolutely electric here at LaPorte High School. Lake Central fans on their feet. Homestead fans on their feet. The Lake Central student section that made the trek to LaPorte is bouncing up and down in the stands. Homestead with the possession. Trails by 3. Epps with the basketball. Pulls up for the jumper. Rattles around. Doesn't fall. Rebound comes down to Ayla Krieger in the paint. Vanessa Wimberly now going to take her time with 4:30 left to go. We talked about other awards. We'll have the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game award. This one tipped in the air, tipped again. Vanessa Wimberly comes back down with it.
They're going to stay with that high pick and roll.
Wimberly has room,
there
kicks it off. Krieger in the corner. Got it!
There's my Krieger 3. I called that one a while ago, Mike. She was due for that.
Epps across the timeline. Kicks it off. Inkenbrook. Now back to Epps at the top of the key. Goes opposite of the screen. Here goes Mollering on the left side. Inkenbrook at the top. Back into Royce at the left block. Now back to top of key. Helsum trying to penetrate. Pulls up for 3. It's no good. Long rebound comes down to Malosnik. Almost loses her footing, but she keeps control.
What a nice run here for LC. Their defensive effort is picked up.
Big time.
I know the ball's going in down here, but their defensive effort's really heated up down there.
One of the things, if you were to ask Coach Uppenthal kind of late in the season down the stretch, he'll tell you Lake Central is an endurance team. They can play the full game. This one reach in, tipped around, and it'll be a foul on Epps, her third. I feel like when I say it this way, I don't mean it to sound negative, but Lake Central, most of the season has been a team where the fourth quarter, it just ramps up a little bit more. Not to say that they've been lazy the entire game. They have not. But they just dig down a little bit extra in that fourth quarter, and that's the endurance that Coach Uppenthal references.
That's a mental endurance too, right,
yes.
Mike? It's not just physical.
And this isn't to say that Homestead doesn't have that either, but who's going to be able to sustain it more? Wimberly at the timeline. Tries to drive, kicks it out to Bishop. She's going to kind of kill some clock time here. 2:50 to go. Still a long way to go in this one. Wimberly near the three-point line. Drives inside, kicks it around at the free throw line to Malosnik. Here's Clayton, puts it up. No whistle, ball out of bounds. Homestead ball.
And again, Mike, real quick to finish on what you were talking about, I think it has something to do with the seniors that they have on their roster, too. You talk about the urgency of a senior.
30-second timeout taken by Homestead. Coach, we've got the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Bricklayers Local 4 at BAC Local 4 Indiana, Kentucky. You'll develop skills that will last a lifetime. For more info, visit baclocal4.org. What are the hands of Lake Central doing right now to help them keep the lead?
Well, again, I think it's Wimberly. She's got the ball in her hands a lot. You know, that high ball screen, they found something that works, and then they kick out from Malosnik and Krieger. But, again, I think I go back to their defensive pressure. They're making it hard, and they figured out some stuff with that diagonal cut as well. They're really helping inside. And that's what gave them fits in the first half with Epps, and they're beating her to the spot, right?
Yeah.
They know where she's going, so just meet her there. Don't chase her, just meet her at the help side, and that's the adjustment they've made here in the second half.
The Lake Central fans are amped up. I see superfan Mr. Aguilera over there. He's getting the crowd hyped up for Lake Central as well. Always sitting in that front row. 2:35 to go. Homestead trying to get a run of their own. Epps probably going to start with her. Gives it up to Helsum. Top of key. 3. No good. Rebound tapped around. Comes down to Lake Central and Riley Malosnik.
Those boards, that's another thing. They're limiting them to one shot.
Well, we talked about in the first half, they were way overshooting their three-point percentages. It has slacked off a little bit here in the second half for Homestead.
Yeah, Matt.
Really hard defense from Epps.
That's only their third team foul, so they're trying to be a little aggressive.
But, Coach, that is the fourth team foul on Maya Epps.
Yeah, that's a big one there on her. She cannot leave the floor if you're a Homestead fan.
So she's called for the fourth foul. 2:08 to go. Bishop looking to inbound. They find Riley Malosnik on the other side of the timeline. We'll have a tie-up here, and that will be Homestead ball. Yeah, Riley Malosnik just kind of holding the ball, a little lackadaisically waiting for the play to get set up.
I don't think she saw her go behind her. She didn't see her.
Was that Royce that came in there, or was that I saw the 4, or was it Mollering? Either one of the two came in there and just put their hands on the ball and now have just earned themselves a possession.
Yeah, you gotta be smart and be strong with it at this point. 2 minutes left.
2-possession game. 2 minutes left. A chance to fight in the semi-state championship later tonight. They'll take on the winner of Valparaiso and Noblesville a little bit later on here today. Three-point attempt, no good from the left corner. Wimberly comes down. Sorry, Coach, didn't mean to step on you there.
No, I stepped on you, Mike. I'm just saying they really cooled off.
Well, and that's going to be to the benefit of Lake Central as Royce is going to be called for a foul to stop the clock. That will be her third, but that's the fourth team foul, Coach.
Yep. Keep attacking the rim. Again, you know, I know Lake Central wants to control the clock and pull it out, but go take a layup. If it's a wide open layup, you go take it wide open layup.
You do not want to put your foot off the gas right now.
Nope.
Keep it on, go.
Shorten passes, step to the ball, use your timeouts.
Give us to to Krieger on the inbound.
Stay away from that half
very
court
close
line,
to that half-court line on that pass to Wimberly, and that'll be a foul again on Royce, and that's the fifth team foul. So there you go with free throw attempts here. And, Coach, we've got one more award we're going to mention to pass out a little bit later on, the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. I know you got all these ideas floating in your head right now, or why you learned with Boilermakers Local 374. We've seen a lot of people step up for Lake Central here.
They really have, and it's not just in points, you know. Like we said, Krieger's been an off night offensively, but she's really kept things alive on the rebounds, and Wimberly's played hard, and
Wimberly hits the first free throw.
Yeah, she stepped up here tonight.
And that's there's a timeout going to be taken by Homestead before the second free throw. We're going to step aside. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
I joined Notre Dame Federal Credit Union a long time ago.
1978.
I've been a member over 15 years.
I've worked with Notre Dame my whole banking life.
44 years.
I have my checking account there. I have my savings account there.
Really value the sense of community that I get from
It's a
Notre Dame.
community-based banking system.
My credit card with Notre Dame. I have my car insurance with Notre Dame. I have my auto loans with Notre Dame.
My whole life is at Notre Dame
I
Credit
will
Union.
remain with them until the day I die.
Smoothie King in St. John can help you rule the day every day with a variety of smoothies that support your lifestyles and taste buds. Your day is in for a treat with the PB Swizzle, sweet berries and fresh bananas over an Aussie base, topped with savory peanut butter drizzle and purely Elizabeth granola. Visit Smoothie King at 8235 Wicker Avenue in St. John, directly across from Lake Central High School. You'll find the menu online at smoothieking.com/menu. Smoothie King in St. John, proud to support the Lake Central Indians.
Welcome back as Notre Dame Federal Credit Union presents coverage of today's Class 4A Girls Semi-State Basketball Semifinal right here on the Region Sports Network. Vanessa Wimberly will go to the line to shoot one more. 95 seconds to go. And, Coach, I mentioned it as he walked into the building. Two guys that are in the front row as well, Coach Medjussi and Coach Freckleton for Lake Central. Members of the coaching staff, as Vanessa Wimberly knocks down the second one as well, of that 94 state championship team 30 years ago to the year. Sitting in that front row watching Lake Central here today try to advance to the championship game. And this is kind of the old format, right? 2 games to be able to win semi-state. And back then you had to win 2 games just to win a state championship on championship day.
Yeah.
Homestead feeding to Epps on the left block. Long pass in. It rolls off the front iron.
They've just cooled off.
Wimberly gets it across to
Get it over.
Bishop. Moloznik tries to get across the timeline, but she is fouled into the Homestead bench. Yeah, when you say cooled off, every time they got to the rim, it might roll, but it took a friendly roll.
I have Homestead only scoring 10 points right now in the second half. Does that look about right? It was 29-24 at the half.
Yeah, 10 points, only 2 points here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Moloznik to the free throw line, knocks it down. And people can say whatever they want. I know there's 1:19 left. These are pressure free throws.
I'm sure they are.
And there's another one. 5 points in the fourth quarter alone for Moloznik. She's in double figures scoring, 11 points. Down to the final 70 seconds. Given to the corner. Now feeding down to the baseline. Helsum up, too strong, rolls off the back iron. And we have a whistle and a foul. Coach, because the 3 points haven't been going in the second half, it looked to me like Inkenbrook wanted to shoot the three, was open for it, but they haven't been making them, and she thought better of it.
Well,
and she didn't shoot it.
Yeah, they've been hesitant, but like you said, Coach Hupp said to Nathan on the way out at halftime, we got to play some defense.
Yes.
And that's what they've done. My goodness, giving up only 10 points in the second half. And, again, Homestead's not shooting it really well, but the LC defense got a lot to do with that.
Ayla Krieger gets the first free throw. Do you think Coach Medjussi and Coach Freckleton down there are kind of wanting to jump up and coach themselves?
Oh, sure. They are in their head. A coach is a coach, you know what I mean? You can't take it out of you.
Krieger short on the second free throw attempt. Here comes Homestead in transition. Epps trying to take it, kicks it out for a 3-ball attempt, and it goes down for Inkenbrook.
It's not over, Michael.
It is not over. 8-point game, 52.6 seconds remain, and it's a timeout taken by Homestead. I believe this will be a full timeout. I say, Coach, we stay here for this one. Just kind of, if you're Homestead, you got to draw up the defense right now. What are you looking up defense wise? What are you looking up offense wise for Lake Central?
Well, defensively, you got to go man to man and switch all screens and try not to let them get it in. If they get it in, you got to foul right away, I think. And you got to try to find out who you want to, with your scouting report. You got to find out who you want to foul in this situation. Some like Moloznik, you don't want her to get the ball. She's one of their better free throw shooters, but so right now that's what you got to figure out.
Well, the problem is for Homestead is that the vast majority of the starters for Lake Central are all good free throw shooters.
That's a good problem for LC to have.
Yes.
But, and that's why you practice those every day and in the morning and whenever you can. But yeah, Homestead knows that they're up against it right now. But you got to hope for some breaks and get after it. You got to leave it on the court.
Well, we're going to go honorable mention. I'm going to go early here. Honorable mention. You mentioned this during the break. Blue collar or superstar, however you want to name him, the DJ here at LaPorte.
He's rocking.
It is great stuff. All right, 53 seconds remain. It is an 8-point game. Lake Central possession. They go the full length of the floor. The possession arrow, by the way, favors the Indians. They give us to Anaya Bishop in front of the Homestead bench. This one blocked. Picked up by Bishop. She feeds it over to Malosnik. Tries to get through the defense, and she is fouled. I tell you what, Riley Malosnik's strength, whether it be on the dribble, whether it be the lower body, she stays on her. I mean, there's so many times where she could have fallen, or you know what I'm trying to say? Like
you talked about it last week. You talked about how Huff said he wanted to work on conditioning, and that's what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hitting a weight room, being your agility, that kind of thing.
First free throw knocked down for Malosnik.
Like I said, though, if you're Homestead, that's the one kid you don't want to foul. She's probably their best free throw shooter, and you can't allow her to beat you. If you're LC now, just don't foul.
Selena Oskin is checked into the game for Homestead. She picks up that foul.
If you're Lake Central right now, you don't want to foul. That's what you want.
And so now timeout for Lake Central as Malosnik makes it a 10-point game yet again. And it'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Shopping for a vehicle? Tech Credit Union is offering special loan rates on 2018 to 2024 cars, trucks, and Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Now's a great time to buy new, used, or refinance a higher rate loan for another lender. Let Tech Credit Union show why they are the better option for a vehicle loan. To learn more, visit techcu.org or call them at 800-276-TECH. That's 800-276-TECH. Tech Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender. Offer may end without notice.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
They're on their feet here at LaPorte. Even Coach Nelson dancing around.
You know it's a party when Steve Aoki's jamming on the DJ mix.
Homestead. Royst gives it up to Epps. 40 seconds left. Epps, left side. Can't come up with it. There was no pressure in her face. Still can't come up with a layup.
Wow.
I mean, that's just a matter of LC being in her head. Iwema stepped back to let her go.
That's what I
Didn't
said.
want to get the foul, and the bucket still doesn't go.
You just don't want to foul. And right now, that's been that kind of second half for Homestead. Just got a lid on that rim right now.
Wimberley back at the line. 30.6 seconds remain. Right now, it's a 10-point game. And Wimberley can't connect on the first free throw.
Again, just don't foul if you're Lake Central. Let them have the layup. Contest them a little bit. You only got one team foul, right?
Right.
You could put a little pressure in the backcourt. I might think about that, but
to make it difficult to get across
just
that
eat
time.
some time, Just eat some time.
Wimberley knocks down the second. 11-point game. The final 30 seconds. Epps strong, trying to penetrate across the timeline. LC fans want a double dribble, and Epps still can't get it to fall. A foul here, and Malosnik will go to the line with 21.2 seconds remaining.
Again, we talked about the Lake Central. They're going to clear their bench a little bit here, but Lake Central's got some seniors, and Homestead's going to be back, man.
Oh, yeah,
they are senior. And
they are a young team, that is for sure.
Wasn't a major contributor, man. They are good.
So it looks to me as Malosnik knocks down the first free throw. So we'll have a line change, basically. Faith Harrison into the game. Bryn Leonard into the game. Kaylee Skirka into the game, and Milica Lukic into the game as well. Kaylee Skirka, her mom was on that state championship team 30 years ago. Now Alexandra Mizek has checked into the game as well for Lake Central. Malosnik did knock down the second free throw as well. Coach 6 for 6 in this quarter from the free throw line for Malosnik. Helsum puts up a three. It rattles around, doesn't fall. Harrison with the rebound. Harrison, by the way, a senior on this Lake Central team, gives it up to Mizak. And the final tick winds down, and Lake Central will compete for a semi-state championship later tonight. 55-54, your final. I'm sorry, 55-42.
What
Sorry,
are you looking at?
I'm looking at the wrong score. 55-42, the final. It's on the board anyway. What do I need to say the score for? Oh, but what a moment for Lake Central. They got through this last year. They did get to this spot last year. They beat South Bend, Washington. That was like slaying the dragon, it felt like last year.
Sure did.
This year, we've heard it listening to the video boards. This year, this isn't enough. The next game is where it needs to be the win.
Yeah. It's exciting.
As the Lake Central team will run through their student section and the cheerleaders as they celebrate the Lake Central team, who will go on to face the winner of our next game here this evening. We're going to send it down to Nate Ramian. Wait.
Coach, down 5 at the half. What kind of adjustments did you make at the halftime?
Well, we got caught on a couple ball screens, and we were going over the top, and we made some adjustments at halftime. We started switching, which I was a little bit afraid of with their slips and everything. So the kids just did a great job of making halftime adjustments, and then I just thought offensively we thought we could get them ISO'd on some things, and I thought the Vanessa Anaya ISO situation when we made that run in the third, we thought maybe we could get them off the dribble and then use Anaya as a roller there. And then Ayla hit that big shot. And then, God, our kids were just dogs today, man. Just dogs. I mean, just fought. Now we're one away, so, hey, anything can happen.
Coach, go celebrate with your team. Congratulations.
Yeah, we got another game, so.
No, it's all right. But enjoy them like small victories. Yeah. We got a couple hours to prepare, and have you watched film on the other Valpo and your competitors?
Got scouting report ready, got everything ready. So we approach this a little bit different this year. We've kind of been working on a little bit of everybody this week. So I kind of had to change gears because what we were doing wasn't working. We were working on one team, then we were getting in that second game and we just weren't ready. So we'll be ready.
Good luck, Coach. Go celebrate with your team.
Welcome back here. Thank you, Nate, for the time with Coach Huppenthal, and thanks to Coach Huppenthal for his time as well. All right, we got some finals to tell you about. We got awards to hand out as well. Coach, the big one that you and I are looking at right now for Homestead, 45% from the three-point line in the first half, down to 33% in the second half.
And that's what we talked about. You know, if you're Lake Central, just keep battling, doing what you're doing. And, you know, as a matter of fact, they picked up their defensive pressure, like we said, and you hope that they cool off a little bit. And that's, you know, statistics say, and math don't lie, and that's what happened.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our award winners. We've got the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowell Companies are proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court.
Our player of the game, right? Is that where we're at?
We are, yep.
That is, I would go with Vanessa Wimberly, right? She ended up with, 18 points?
18 points, 7 rebounds.
She just had the ball at the end of the game, and you want your point guard shooting those free throws when it matters, and that's why she's our player of the game. She did it when it mattered.
Absolutely. All right, our Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org.
I'm going to go with Riley Malosnik. You know, she had the ball in her hands a lot. She made some big threes. That one big three that we're going to talk about here in a second. But 15 points, 6 rebounds, and she was all over the place. She had a nose for the ball, and she seemed to be around the 50-50 balls all night. So that's why we're going to go with Riley Malosnik for blue-collar player of the game.
Also, 6 of 6 from the line in the fourth quarter alone. Pretty impressive trip that time. Now let's take a look at our proud Union Home play of the game presented by the Region Sports Network.
Remember, we talked about that Malosnik 3, 5:50 left. She hit that three-pointer in the corner to gave them a lead, which they didn't give up for the rest of the way. But that was a big one. Like you said, there's a lot of pressure in every possession, and these kids just they kept playing and playing through that pressure. And when you work as hard as they do and you have the success that they've had, the pressure is like a privilege, right?
Yeah.
Kids work hard to be able to be a part of that. But that three, that big shot there, when that's our play of the game.
All right, play of the game presented by the Region Sports Network. All right, our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo, also doing some stats for us. Thank you, Rich, for doing that, giving us the rebounds, turnovers, all that good stuff, so that way we can talk about those things, the percentages. And then our coordinating producer is Zach Miller, and our sports director is Mike Dewan. Your broadcast crew tonight, myself, Michael Brenner, along with the coach, Doug Nelson, who's leaving me hanging right now.
Not bad.
Oh, no, you're good. All right, our producer, Justin Cole, doing a great job, as always. And, of course, our cameraman, Joey Heinrich, doing a great job over there as well. And then, Coach, of course, a big thanks to the coaches, Joe Huppenthal and Rod Parker, for getting us set for today's game for Lake Central and Homestead, respectively. And the ADs, Chris Enyart and Rob Irwin. And, of course, you, the viewers, on Facebook, YouTube, regionsports.com, on Instagram, regionsports.com, and ihsatv.org. Without you all, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. We'll have the championship game later on tonight. Who are they going to face? Well, we're going to find out. Stay tuned. Noblesville and Valpo coming your way here on the Region Sports Network next. You've been listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu, hi Stu, has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
How far would you go to live another game night in the region? Well, lucky for you, you don't have to go far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Region Sports so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on all of our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.